No. He's going back.
Okay. Yeah. Same again, please, guys. We'll take questions from English-speaking media first, and then move into Spanish-speaking media after that. Someone to start, Simon?
Hi, Ruben. Are you okay? Just in terms of this season, it's been very difficult for Manchester City. You've just had an injury as well. What has it been like in the dressing room as all the injuries have mounted up and the results have not been the way that the players are used to or want?
Yeah, well, I think since I've been here, maybe the most difficult season so far till this period. But I'm a firm believer that even on the most difficult scenario, the most difficult beginning, you can still do something and achieve something beautiful in the end. And right now we're still in that position. Obviously we know how difficult our opposition is and how difficult our way will be to get there. But I think it's a question of believing in what we have in the dressing room, and we have loads of guns. We just need to use them the right way, and with the right belief, we are able to do anything.
Hi, Ruben. You've obviously been involved in lots of huge games for Manchester City. We've seen this particular match played out and go different ways in terms of Madrid winning some, you winning some in completely different fashions. But in terms of intensity, is this the most intense game that you can play in a Manchester City shirt?
Well, it's different to call it intense. It's intensity. If you look at the Premier League, it's difficult to match that intensity. Obviously, it's one of the toughest opponents you can come across in the Champions League. But the game is different, and the game is more versatile maybe than any other. But yes, we definitely know very well what we're up against and what we must push on. And yeah, I wouldn't say this game can either be the most intense or not. Depends on where it ends up going. But it's definitely one of the toughest games you can have, most surely.
Hi, Ruben. It's well documented how Real Madrid boycotted the Ballon d'Or ceremony in protest at Vinicius Jr. not winning it. How disrespectful did you, as a squad, feel that was towards Rodri, who obviously won it and was a worthy winner?
Being very honest with you, I didn't spend 1 second thinking about if it was disrespectful or not. I was happy with Rodri. I was there. I celebrated with him that night, and I was very happy for him, as I believe everyone at the club was. Well, didn't really spend my time thinking about it.
Hi, Ruben. Since you last faced Real, they've signed Kylian Mbappé. Can you tell us how different will it be to defend against him, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, we've played against him many times before, and even then, it was not just him the main threat. It was Neymar at some point, then Messi as well. So we've had our encounters of teams that have that flexibility in terms of who can make the difference. And in the end, when you get to this level of the Champions League, that's what you get from Madrid or from everyone else. Obviously, we know that they have a special ability to be more flexible than maybe the most of the teams, and that's why we need to be really good and very solid at the back. The more solid we are at the back, the more comfortable we'll be in the game.
Hi, Ruben. A lot of this tie is probably going to come down to Kylian versus Erling. It's obviously going to be a big talking point. Erling's never gone 5 games without scoring against a team. Do you sense that he's really going to want to prove a point, A, against Real Madrid, having never scored against them, and B, when it's going to be billed as Haaland versus Mbappé, probably the two players who are kind of the Messi and Ronaldo for this generation? Do you sense this is the kind of game that is really going to get Erling going, and the kind of tie that's going to really get him going?
Well, personally, I don't sense any kind of Erling versus Kylian vibes in the game. It's a City against Madrid, and that's what it is. And obviously, there's loads of big names on both sides. And in relation to Erling, I'm sure that just like all of us, he wants to be in this competition and he wants to win it just as much as all of us. So I'm pretty sure that he will be hungry enough to be there and perform.
Hi, Ruben. Since you last played Real Madrid, Kyle Walker's now left. He had some good battles against Vinicius. How much of a loss has he been to the dressing room, both as a player and a sort of leader?
Well, he was obviously a big personality, and especially when it came to times like these, he was always one to show up and show his face and be there for the team. And obviously, he was a player we all relied on. He's not here now, so time for another one to step up. And obviously, I think we've got enough names that are able to step up.
Hi, Ruben. Are you able to just sort of give us an insight on what your last few months have been like? It must be really frustrating to sort of come back and then have a setback. You've obviously been eased in this time. Do you feel like ready to play 3 games in a week again? Yeah, obviously it's been frustrating, especially after my first injury. Then I came back, but then it was a death sequence. When I came back, everyone was injured. And I had to play all the games every 3 days. And then in the last one before, I had the week between games that would allow me to kind of breathe in a little bit. I got injured against United. And then, yeah, it's obviously frustrating to be missing out, especially in a period like this, in which you just want to be there and help and show your face and be there next to your family in the pitch. But yeah, you help in whatever way you can, and one of the ways is to recover as well as you can and as fast as you can as well. But obviously it's also a moment in which you need to be, I think, and believe very wise with the comeback, because you're getting into a moment of the season in which the train is going and you need to catch that train going. So it's important that together with the staff you take wise decisions in terms of game time, because right now the schedules are ruthless and you need to be wise. You need to be wise and you need to be making the right decisions.
I'll move into Spanish questions, please, guys, just here in the middle.
Hola, Rubén. Buenos días. Rubén Cañizares de ABC. Hace un par de años, cuando ganasteis 4-0 al Real Madrid, dijo Pepe en la rueda de prensa después del partido que teníais acumulado esas ganas de revancha por lo que había sucedido el año anterior en el Bernabéu. Yo no sé si este año sucede algo parecido en el vestuario, que todavía le estáis dando vueltas a la eliminatoria del año pasado que ganó el Madrid en los penaltis y tenéis ese ánimo, ese impulso de revancha para volver a hacer lo que hicisteis hace 2 años.
Sí, yo creo que al final esto que dices es parte de todo lo que está por venir. El año del treble, sin duda que el año anterior había sido muy importante por todo el sentimiento que tuvimos en este momento en el Bernabéu, y al final cada vez más el entendimiento de lo bueno que tenemos que ser por ganar este partido, porque alguna vez puede pasar que el 4-0 fue algo muy fácil, pero al final es el mix de mucha cosa que está funcionando a full, a top. Y es este el nivel que tenemos que buscar. Como dijiste el año pasado, nuevamente un año frustrante, porque al final terminamos dominando tanto el partido, pero asimismo no pudimos meter el gol que haría hecho la diferencia antes de los penaltis. Pero bueno, así es la competición y sabemos con quién estamos jugando. Sabemos que es un equipo que mismo con un tipo de juego diferente del nuestro no nos va a hacer las cosas fáciles. Y bueno, hay que, para mí y creo que para todos nosotros, hacer lo que hacemos nosotros mejor que nunca y controlar más que nunca, porque así se gana, en nuestra manera.
¿Qué tal, Ruben Dias, Hugo Ramírez de Televisa Univisión. Preguntarte acerca de, pareciera que es el momento perfecto para el Manchester City por las bajas que tiene el Real Madrid, me refiero en defensa, Antonio Rüdiger, se suma Lucas Vázquez, ya está Eder Militao lesionado, Raúl Asensio, el defensa nominal más experimentado, por decirlo de alguna forma. Parecía el momento perfecto para que el Manchester City aproveche estas bajas y gane un playoff, en este caso en la ida. Muchas gracias.
Bueno, yo creo que el primer error que podemos cometer es casi que relajarnos pensando que esto nos va a dar una ventaja. Al final lo vemos, lo reconocemos, pero sí, solo podremos usufruir de esto si al final estamos en el nivel que tenemos que estar, sea cual fuera la circunstancia. Entonces, creo que en esto nos tenemos que enfocar, de llegar a este nivel y bueno, después de estar ahí y tener este equilibrio en el partido, ahí sí las cosas nos vendrán, pero sin pensar un momento que ellos están débiles por lo que sea, porque sabemos lo peligrosos que pueden ser y bueno, y lo buenos que tenemos que ser nosotros.
Hola Rubén, João Ventura, CBT Brasil. Los últimos años hemos visto una pelea buena de Walker y Vinicius, con Walker siempre saliendo muy bien. En este confronto directo, ahora sin Walker, si hay un jugador en este equipo de Manchester que se queda como responsable por intentar parar a Vinicius en este partido, reemplazando a Walker, y si eso puede ser una ventaja también a Madrid, ya que Walker ya no está más en el equipo. Gracias.
Bueno, todavía no sabemos quién va a jugar, el míster va a decidir todavía, pero sí que tenemos opciones para hacerlo. Y más que nada, y más que pensarlo de uno solo, claro, al final los duelos individuales van a ser muy importantes, con Vini, pero con todos los otros. Pero será la acción colectiva y la manera como nos comportamos todos como uno o no, que hará la diferencia. Entonces creo que tenemos todo lo que necesitamos para poder cuidarlo.
Thank you guys. Gracias.
Yeah. Thank you.